Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Primetime on EA Sports. As the work week kicks off tonight, another week of football comes to an end with a Monday Night Primetime contest between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Kansas City Chiefs. Not a lot of undefeated clubs left after 3 weeks, and we're going to have one fewer in a little bit. We're off in a battle of 3-0 teams. Nation Tootin now on the return. And in great shape after that return. He's across the 35 before going out. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, here we go.
They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively they call that the camera club. How many different guys can get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
Hey, Lion!
Out of the gun, Lawrence. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be touchdown right at the line, so no gain on the play.
You know, Kate, it's almost as if the defense invited him to make that throw. That was a play they knew they could defend, and they stopped it right at the line.
3rd down, and they need to get 10.
Red.
To the air on 3rd and long. That's caught for the first. He's still going at the 30. Still fighting forward. Touchdown, Jacksonville! The Jaguars take a 6-0 lead right away. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
The extra point is up, and it is good. And the Jaguars will jump out to a 7-0 lead. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Quinshawn Judkins. This is tough running in this weather out there, but he keeps the feet moving, gains 3. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Another game to Judkins. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they can stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Football's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down. Play action. Mahomes. Catch is made by the rookie out of Tennessee. He's got it in the red zone. And he can't get there, but what a game. Down to the goal line. He's pushed out just a couple yards short. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Yellow. Hey, Sunday, outside.
Working inside the red zone. Oh, again, it looks like a pick, but they drop it. A chance to steal it away in the end zone. Just can't finish the play. Had the chance to escape with a pick. Defense got to buckle down now as they line up for second down. Looking to throw Mahomes. Caught out wide. And that's a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs finish off their opening drive. Now Harrison Butker for the point after. Drifted near that upright, but he gets it to go. And the Chiefs start off well to tie things 7-7.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Tootin now on the return. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
At their own 29-yard line.
Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes 1st and 10. First carry now. This is Bashal Tootin. This is tough running this weather out there, but he keeps the feet moving, gains 3. It's a gain of 3 for him, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
That's the kind of yardage. It's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, Lawrence finds his running back. This is Bashal Tootin. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
So 1st down from the 41. Tootin gets it from the gun. This is tough running in this weather out there, but he keeps the feet moving, gains 3. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Lawrence working from the gun. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw, but it's incomplete. Well, he'd been perfect to that point on the drive block. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right?
Yeah,
and I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. And down he goes. The Chiefs got to him. And this defense makes the stop in a big way to bring up 4th down. The Jaguars in a punt formation. Mecole Hardman on the Chiefs' return. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. And he's brought down before the return gets far.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. They go play action. It's Mahomes. Caught by his fullback behind the line. Short gain in the end to about the 36-yard line. That was Jack Kaiser who got there for the tackle.
I remember talking to Jim Harbaugh one time, and Oshimbeckler asked him when he was a head coach, you have a tight end with his hand on the ground? Yes, coach. You have a fullback still on your roster? Yes, coach. Then you're going to be just fine.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. It's Judkins on the counter. Ran into a wall that time. A couple of guys able to hold him right at the line of scrimmage. So 3rd down now.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
3rd down, it's Mahomes. Short pass brought in, and this one doesn't go far.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's 1st and 10.
Ready! Knocking, hey, kick!
Going wide receiver run to start this series. Small gain there, maybe 3 if he's lucky to begin this drive.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down. After that drive starts, it's a very minimal gain.
That's going to do it for our first quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. Both teams neck and neck so far. Back to Arrowhead in just a moment. Back for the second quarter. It's Jaguar football. They've got 2nd and 7 to start. Now Lawrence on the play fake. Connecting on the slant. And he'll go down after fighting his way into the 32. Gain of 9 yards on the play. And the Jaguars have a 1st down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Completed left side to Thomas. And this one does not go far.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
On 3rd down, Chiefs going with a nickel. Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. Got his man. Thomas has it. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down. Lawrence throwing here. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up.
I'll tell you what, you give him another foot of space and he's going to bring that in for a nice gain. The throw, it just didn't give him enough real estate to establish possession before he hit the sideline.
All right, so that challenge is unsuccessful, but still a chance to earn a 3rd one if their next challenge leads to an overturned call. That one's on the mark. Jacoby Myers. And he goes out a little short of the 40.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Good moving drive, but it could stall out here. We've got 3rd and 4.
Red on red.
Sticking in the air with Lawrence. It's in or no, they dropped another one. Pitch dropped on back-to-back plays, Brock. It does force a 4th down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and incomplete.
Facing 4th down, the Jags electing to send out Cam Little for this field goal try. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. A fortunate break for them as they get a gift with roughing the kicker. Their offense heading back out to keep things going. You gotta be smarter than that. No reason to hit the kicker there, and that gives them a 1st down.
Here we go.
They'll run here following the penalty. And second down's going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now.
Hey, run!
Looking to throw. Lawrence. Completed over the middle. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Here they go, getting set for 3rd and 4.
Hey!
Now it's Lawrence. Can't convert on 3rd. That's to the ground and incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And 4th and 4 coming up. Little knocks it through. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10.
Let's go on, 80! Hey, 40!
Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. That's caught. Here's Quinshawn Judkins. It's a small gain up to the 38. Travis Hunter making that play.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Catch made by Keaton Mitchell. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it's going to be 1st down, Kansas City.
And I can promise you, you go back and look at the most efficient offenses in the NFL over the last couple decades, one thing will resonate. You've got to be able to attack the middle of the field. It's great to do it with receivers. It's awesome with tight ends. But when you get that influence from your running backs, man, you become a dangerous offense to stop.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the Jaguars' 48-yard line.
So it'll be 2nd and long coming up, and that is on the other side of our 2-minute warning. Stick around. More from Arrowhead on the other side. They break the huddle. It's 2nd down now.
Yellow! 180! 50, yellow! Hey, Ripley!
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Has him running the comeback. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
The 35-yard line.
All set to go now from the 35.
Yellow!
Shotgun handoff here for Judkins. This is tough running in this weather out there, but he keeps the feet moving, gains 3. A timeout taken by Jacksonville. It's 2nd. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
At the 32-yard line.
Yep, come back! Go up! 15!
Pistol now for Mahomes. Looking to his fullback now. And he's going to be stopped about a half-second before he can pick up the 1st. Ball down to the 26. Now a timeout called by the Jaguars. That's their 3rd. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on third down.
Rail, let's go. Blue check.
They'll try and pick this up on the ground. Pick up a few as he heads out of bounds. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down.
Now, you'd sure love to see a little more yardage when you get into the open field, but this offense, it will take a new set of downs with that toss run.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10.
Yep, hey, Riblet. I'll go on, 80. Hey, 57.
Throwing is Mahomes. Running in the red zone. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives him 1st and goal.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Offense in position now. It's 1st and goal.
Yellow.
Dumped off to his running back. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs take the lead just before halftime. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock, but I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. Kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
LaQuint Allen to return this. Big shot at the end of that run back as he gets it just past the 20.
At their own 24-yard line.
The clock reads 24 seconds now as the final drive of this half begins.
Hey, Lion. Hey, Soka. Hey, kill.
1st and 10, it's Lawrence. That's dropped underneath to and he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. Jags working fast here, trying to get back to the line. And they spike the ball to stop the clock. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Lawrence. And the defender's there to knock this away, and that effort means it's 4th down.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, but because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
And he drives this one into the pouring rain. And that return brings us to the end of our first 2 quarters of play. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports.
Cam Little to kick off for the Jaguars.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Mitchell gets it from the gun. And he manages to find a little traction on that surge field as he fights forward for a couple. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
15.
Back to throw Mahomes. That's complete to Coleman out left. And they're going to down him by contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, give your quarterback a chance.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
43, 15. Yellow.
To the air, Mahomes. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Yellow. Let's go on, 80. Hey, Sunday.
From the gun, Judkins. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. You have that call you had ready, though? You can recycle it. Save it for later. For that next 3rd down coming.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39.
Yellow.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Big strike downfield to Coleman. And they're going to have 1st and goal as he gets this down to the 4.
Kid, I've probably seen a million balls thrown in my life, and maybe even more. From the time I was in high school all the way here to the pros, and over all these decades of watching guys throw it, and I'll tell you what, I never get tired of watching a laser like that.
Big play got him to the doorstep, Brock. 4 more yards now in goal to go.
15, yellow, 15.
From the red zone on 1st. Catch made. And he gets back to the line, but no more.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal.
Line. Yellow.
It's a designed run from Mahomes. He's hit and driven backwards. This is going to force him into 3rd and goal.
Hey, that is just a terrific effort defensively, and now really sets you up. I don't think this offense can run it. Not after getting knocked backward on 2nd down.
From the 5-yard line after the loss, 3rd and goal.
I go on. Hey, 57 colors.
Mahomes. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And now it's decision time on 4th and goal.
Field goal. A 22-yard attempt.
Butker knocks it through. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
Well, they'll take it. Some points to add a little to what's still a pretty small lead. Eventually, I think we all know they've got to find a way to reach the end zone.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Tootin now on the return. Making some progress here. And he showed some nice bursts on that run back, didn't he? Getting them all the way out to their own 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Ooh, the wide receiver getting it to begin the drive. And the reverse call pays off. Some decent yardage before he's brought down.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4.
Right, let's go.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
Yikes. As that pass falls to the ground, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
So after that prior incompletion, it's third down.
Hey, Lion! Hey, James, here we go.
Lawrence working from the gun. And that one's too far in front of them, so now they're facing fourth down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on third down? We chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Jacksonville in punt formation. And he'll try to hit this one well. Secures this at the 17. And he gets his offense in better field position here to start. Up close to the 30.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Now Kansas City looks settled in and ready. Here we go. First and 10.
Hide on these two. Where's that?
Here's Shudcase to begin the drive. And he'll stay upright through this rain, but not through that hit as he's tackled after about a 1-yard gain. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Off play action, it's Mahomes. Escapes the pocket. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And that sack may change the next play call as it sends him backwards ahead of third down.
Well, even the toughest in the league to catch could still be caught at times. It just takes a defense that's determined and relentless. And the real big key, when you get that split second, you got to take advantage of that opportunity. Defense just did.
This is brought in by Coleman. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs lengthen the lead at the end of the third. Keon Coleman, the touchdown. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Well, Kate, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers. Sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Butker on now to kick this one away. This is Allen to return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
At their own 21-yard line.
Starting out trips right here. First and 10. Lawrence now off the play action. And the first play of the series is going to be an incomplete pass intended for his running back there. And that brings up second down.
That's a throw at this level. With so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. That'd be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
Second and 10. Here's Lawrence. Lasers this one deep down the middle. It connects on the deep shot. He makes it in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown.
A receiver this skilled, well, he's got every route in his back pocket, but sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by him.
Little tacks on the extra point. And the Jaguars cut the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Jaguars 17.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. So we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35. this, our last play of the quarter.
Yellow.
From the pistol, here's jump hits. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Just one quarter to go on Monday Night Primetime. It's Chiefs football trying to carry this lead across the finish line. Offense to the line, second down.
Yellow.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Cling to that lead and find a way to convert this third down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
No connection on the last play. Now it's third down.
Yellow. 15.
Third and long for him here. Caught, nice gain left side. And this is going to take him up and across midfield there at the opposing 45. Well, 3rd and 15, you don't see many of those picked up, partner, but they found a way. Double coverage, a deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
He'll stay upright through this rain, but not through that hit as he's tackled after about a 1-yard gain. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
That's a pretty good stop on first down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Back-to-back carries here. No luck there. Ran that one right into traffic and went nowhere as a result. It's going to be third down.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here.
Yellow.
Here he goes. 3rd and long. Dumps it off to his running back. Mitchell, a first down and more. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. Butker to try the point after. Got a good play in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And the Chiefs double their lead to 14.
Jaguars 17. Harrison Butker at a kickoff for Kansas City.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Tootin now on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes 1st and 10.
11. Hey, easy. Route. Focus. Hot.
On the give, it's Tootin. And he'll stay upright through this rain, but not through that hit as he's tackled after about a 1-yard gain. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Hey.
Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. It's complete to Johnston, outright. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
And the Jaguars first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
On red.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. That one is incomplete. Incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ryan Thomas Jr., his intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10.
Hey, go!
Now it's Lawrence. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And this defense going to try to hang on to that momentum, Brock, as they go for another stop on 3rd down.
When nothing opens up, that becomes a pretty clear throwaway spot. I mean, that is textbook throwaway spot right there, Kate. Get outside the box, chuck it into the 3rd row, and avoid exactly what happened right there. Because now 3rd down is so much harder.
Lawrence facing 3rd and long. Another drop. The last 2 plays both should have been intercepted, but neither could be brought in. However, Brock, they do at least force this 4th down.
That is just a nice stretch of some reps there defensively. Really one of the areas when you watch college game to the NFL game that there is a vast difference. And that's the tightness of coverage. These windows of opportunity are small, and they could not find a completion.
4th and forever coming up.
Hey, Lion! Hey, Tomato.
Desperation time here. Looking right, and he finds it. And they've got to him just a step or 2 before he can reach the 40 as he set out. How about 19 yards on 4th down, partner, and the call to go for it pays off.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Hey, Ginger, here we go.
Lawrence, a quick throw out wide. He's tackled there, so a nice start to a new set of downs, but let's see if they keep it. So let's examine this flag. So after they march out for 5 yards, here's 1st and 15.
23.
Now Lawrence. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. It's 3 sacks for the game so far. Brings up 2nd down.
No one picks him up, and he reminded everyone in the building why that's a major mistake. The linebacker's athleticism on full display. A sack in under 2 seconds? That's a select group of players on the planet who could pull that off.
Completed over the middle. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Well, we saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Skips it short of his man, and that brings up 4th down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or 2 and 3rd downs critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, the coach wants to see them convert those.
Here he goes. Gotta have this on 4th down. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12.
That takes us to the 2-minute warning here in KC. Chiefs close to beginning the year 4-0. All right, here we go. 2nd down.
Yellow.
Play action, Mahomes. Has it downfield, working the left. Jets pick it up. He's got room to roam. And they get a touchdown. Defense scores and gives them some small hope here. No one else you'd rather have scooping up that loose football. Somebody who could do some damage with it on a return.
Yeah, some poor fortune right there offensively. There was nobody there to, number one, make the recovery, or number two, make a solid tackle on that speedster. Once he got the return going, that fumble was headed all the way home.
Offense and Lawrence getting ready for this two-point try.
Hey, Jaguars will line up for the two-point conversion.
Starting this drive with a design run. And he reaches the end zone, so the two-point conversion will cut the lead down to 6. So the turnover ends in 8 points on the board. A very advantageous spot to make the call and go for 2.
I like it. In fact, I like it a lot. Those defenders, they were just sitting over there on the sidelines, and then boom, they got to get on the field. They just kind of scrambled their brains, didn't they? Took advantage of it, and as he said, didn't settle for 7. Oh, no. We're going to step on the accelerator and put 8 on the board.
And the Chiefs cover off the kick. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Needed to try it. We all get it, but didn't work. Still now have those 3 timeouts to fall back on.
They did need to try it, but I think there is a school of thought of, hey, also kick it deep with those 3 timeouts. So now your defense can't give up a yard. Right now, you've really burdened your defense to get a quick stop, and make sure they do not give up any yardage to this opposing offense.
Let's go defense. They're going to pass it here. Brought in right side. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
Textbook hitch route. Hit him in the short field and deliver it once that defense turns their attention elsewhere. Okay, this is a low-ceiling play, but a reliable source of yardage.
Easy.
Oh, Gronk, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. That one's incomplete over the middle. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down.
Yellow.
Back to throw it. Got for big yards on the right side. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's a Chiefs first down. Well, that right there is about the best you can hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop 1.
15.
Running out of the gun with Mitchell. And he manages to find a little traction on that search field as he fights forward for a couple. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
Fire down these 2. Let's go, ladies.
Again, this is Mitchell. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with 3rd down and 6 to go.
Attack! Here,
He'll throw it. Completed to his running back. And they don't get much out of this pass. He's hauled down a little shy of that first. It's 4th down now. So score this a win for the Chiefs.